The gentleman from Maryland is recognized.
Reserve.
The gentleman reserves. The gentlelady from Minnesota is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield 4 minutes to the gentleman from North Carolina.
The gentlelady yields. The gentleman is recognized.
I thank the gentlelady, and I have no hesitancy to take on the distinguished gentleman from Maryland on the points that he's made. I would say, first of all, this: I hope that he'll continue to read those text messages, because they don't prove what you think they prove. Quite the contrary. I can't think of how many times the gentleman from California has spoken in derisive terms about Donald Trump Jr., but Donald Trump Jr.'s tweet shows that he was concerned about exactly the right things. You don't see tweets coming from Republicans about bailing out violent rioters, abolishing police forces, or decrying the plight of Jussie Smollett. I think the issue with the effort today before the body is how the Democrats are dealing with the president's close counselor and the legal principles that arise therefrom, especially the constant and repeated threat of criminal prosecution in the face of an unresolved issue of privilege. When you treat a noncompliance as willful noncompliance, you mean there's a lack of good faith basis. But the record in this case, in the House report, is replete with contentions over the nature and extent of the president's executive privilege. The positions that are taken in Mr. Meadows' behalf are those that have been continually asserted by the Department of Justice. In fact, many other potential objections he's completely waived. He's not attempted to assert the fact that your subpoena is inquiring into legitimate First Amendment rights to associate, to speak, to petition for redress, or the absence of a legitimate legislative purpose. And to the point repeated over and over by the gentleman from Maryland, the current position on privilege is entirely sensible. Mr. Meadows has produced those documents that are implicated by the current president's waiver of privilege, but he preserves that core part of privilege that President Trump is likely entitled to preserve. That is to say, what he was told by one of his closest advisors. Nothing illegitimate about it at all. What is illegitimate is the decision made on how to deal with the counselor of a president, the representative of a coordinate branch of government. The Democrats are setting a new bar. Even while the handwriting is on the wall, may you enjoy the fruits. Let the contempt resolutions and the criminal referrals flow freely and quickly as a river. Merrick Garland, Ron Klain, Hunter Biden, Chuck Dolan, Mark Elias, Andrew Weissman, Alejandro Mayorkas. Let them come. This is the choice that is being made by the Democrats. I yield back.